reports, and I would like to invite each of those to make their presentation, starting with Waitai Coastal-Burwood Community Board Chairperson Kelly Barber, accompanied by Christina Bullock, Community Governance Manager.
Thank you, Leanne. Good morning, everybody. So this is our report for May. A couple of decisions made under delegation. I'll take it as read, but the approval of a dynamic pricing rate strategy for the South Brighton motor camp was passed recently, and also we approved a certificate of appreciation to a local Brooklands resident, Peter Curry, for his generosity and thoughtful actions. So during some recent surface flooding, after a significant rain event, he got down there with some pumps and pumped out a bit of the water down Earlham Street, which has had ongoing issues, and the community wanted to recognise him, so we organised something there. Brooklands Community Pantry is about as big as it gets. So during a weekly drop-in session with residents in the Brooklands community who we're looking to sort of re-engage with a bit, an idea came up for an opportunity for locally grown and homemade kai to be sort of shared with others. So they identified a bus stop and put some created the opportunity for sort of homemade food to be put in there, and it's been utilised well. But I'd particularly like to congratulate our governance staff on their positive kind of re-engagement with the community. They've been through a lot. There's only a few houses there, but they have a few issues, and our governance staff have been sort of re-engaging with them, and that's been going well. So thanks for that. So this is an initiative of the Southshore Residents Association. So they established a Pétanque court, which is in the red zone area, and that was in late 2021. So late last year, it was installed by the Parks unit. There was a bit of an issue as to where to store all the accoutrements of Pétanque, and the local New Brighton Men's Shed came to the party and made a box for it in March of this year. So the Southshore Residents Association has basically challenged all the other residents associations in the New Brighton general area to an inaugural Pétanque off championship. So good connection, good collaboration, and something that's going to highlight that initiative to the rest of the area. So we also held a Residents Association forum. This was on the 29th of March. It was held on Zoom. It was for our local residents associations to hear from staff, which is something somewhat unique. They don't often hear from staff, and we felt that there were two items for consultation that they would like to hear on. One was the draft annual plan, and the other one was the Waitai Estuary and Coastal Draft Stormwater Management Plan. Staff did a good job of putting all that information out there. We had representatives from 9 residents associations who attended the forum. This was particularly useful on a number of levels, but particularly for us as a board in providing our community board with kind of feedback, and which we use to form our submissions for the annual plan and for the stormwater management plan. So very useful. I just want to finish on 2 positive notes. So first is the opening of the Bridge Hub, which a number of you attended. I know Councillor Donovan was there, and Councillor Major, and I think there are a few others as well. This is fantastic. Sorry?
The Mayor.
Sorry?
The Mayor.
The Mayor, yeah. I knew there was somebody important. Yeah. I missed you there somewhere. I was going to highlight the fact that you presented them with a painting, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. For those of you that don't know, it's in the central picture there. Leanne presented them with a painting that she bought 6 years ago, which is of Bridge Street, just down from the Bridge Hub. And it shows a picture of a crane, which you can't see there, and cones, etc. Perhaps you could explain that at the end of the presentation. The beauty of this organisation is that it is totally run by the community. They identified an area that they wanted to turn into a community facility. They spent a lot of time working at it, lots of volunteers, lots of people on the committee. They worked really hard. I can remember going to an early meeting shortly after I was elected, and they were wondering where their next dollar was going to come from. And but they never gave up. They just kept the faith, kept going, and then they were very fortunate in that they were ready for the shovel-ready funding that came along. And they were one of a number of groups that were wrangled by the Christchurch East MP Poto Williams. They got the funding to finish the venue. It looks absolutely fantastic. They have, I think they've got resource consent to have something like 12 functions a year to certain periods of time, like till maybe midnight. So it'll be a true community facility. Another thing that they did, which is somewhat innovative, is not have a commercial operator for their cafe. They wanted to be able to control when they couldn't use the facility. They did a bit of investigation there. So look, it's absolutely fantastic. A great facility, really, really beautiful. I've got one more thing to add, but did you want to say something about that painting, Leanne? Because I know they really appreciated that.
Bridget Allen. So the story is that I bought it because it was sort of evocative of a period of time, and it's called the Bridge Street Monument. And so I gifted the Bridge Street Monument to the new Bridge Street Monument, which is the hub. And the amazing thing, and this is just one of those serendipitous moments, but they came up to me afterwards and they said, Bridget just lives down the road, and she's exhibiting in the gallery of artists that we have outside, which have things made for sale, and she'll be coming here this afternoon. So I had one of those tingly moments where it was. But I've moved into an apartment that isn't big enough for all my artwork. So, but from the moment that we made the contribution to kick this off, I wanted to give this to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a really nice touch, and I know they really appreciated it. And it, from people who are local to the area will really appreciate that. So I guess the last thing I'd like to finish off with is with thanks to the council staff and police for the brilliant way that they handled the Burwood red zone occupation. These are always tricky situations, and obviously some of the local residents weren't happy with the speed with which things were happening, but I think it was first-class communication from the council. Every day there were emails, or every few days there were emails to board members and our councillors, and we were able to disseminate that information and explain the situation and sort of take the heat out of it. And I think I really just can't thank the police and the council staff who dealt with those protesters enough to help us avoid a situation that 30 years ago would have been vastly different. So situation resolved, and I think it's the way forward for dealing with these sorts of situations. So thank you very much, much appreciated.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your report. Is that the end of the time?
Yes,
yep.
Well over.
Oh, sorry, well over. That was probably my fault. So thank you very much for the presentation. We've got the Bridge Street Hub coming, hopefully for a deputation or a presentation, and on the 20, it's the matching date from when they came and asked for the money. So yeah, that's good.
Great.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.